Hey guys, welcome back. We're up at the allotment today and it's a pretty big storm. I mean, we've got winds of around 55 miles an hour from the west, and we're inside the Polytunnel, which we actually put up last month in the warm spell that we had, which was in February. So now we're kind of second week of March, and this is our little Polytunnel. It's a 15 foot by 12 foot. And as you can see, even in these, well, it's not quite blowing at the moment, there's not a gust coming through, but it's holding up really well, as in the strong winds. And if I just spin the camera around, I'll show you what sort of things we've got going. So over here we've got some peas, they're just starting to come up. Those ones haven't started yet. Over here we have some different peppers. We've got a sweet banana, Californian Wonder, and Hungarian Yellow Wax. They're a bit slower. Down here we've got some Brussels sprouts, spinach, artichokes, they're Globe artichokes, spring onions, we've got peas, what's that? That's Gardener's Delight tomatoes, these ones, and then more onions, and more peppers, loads of different peppers back there. And we've got a few things that we sowed straight in the ground. So these are just some little lettuces which went in a week ago. So we've got some Winter Delight and some red and green salad bowl. And we have some main crop onions. What are these? These are, I think, Spanish Utah. Yeah, Spanish Utah. And then over here we have spring onions. These are Flavor King. What else have we got? Over here we've got some little clumps of radishes, about sort of 4 to a clump. And beetroot just coming through now. Spinach, which was just planted from seed. And cabbage. So those three there are cabbage. That's greyhound cabbage, that's kind of an early cabbage. Brought a few of my potted plants in the Polytunnel because it's just a nicer environment, gives them a bit of a head start in the early spring. And we've got potatoes, so Maris Piper, Desiree, and this is our second early, which is Kestrel. So those two were main crop. And the first earlies are Lady Crystal, and they're already in the ground. They're in the Polytunnel, in my friend's Polytunnel. So apart from showing you around the Polytunnel, because I haven't actually shown anyone yet, I also wanted to talk about what sort of things I need to be doing with regards to my beekeeping. So I have a little company, the Exmouth Honey Company, and we have 6 beehives. However, only one of them has got bees in it at the moment. I've got a nuke of buckfast bees coming in late May, early June, and then I want to actually produce more bees from my bees that I currently have, so the one colony that I do have. So let's walk outside and have a look at the apiary. As you can see, the sun's quite low in the sky, it's quite bright. So this is, if I can get the camera right, that is the apiary there. So as you can see, we've got 4 hives set up on stands, individual stands. So that is the beehive that has the bees in it, the one with the orange strap. And those 3 don't have bees in, they've never had bees in them. So my plan today is to, they've actually been stood out here over winter, is to take these home today and clean them up, give them a fresh lick of paint, and then they'll be ready for kind of late spring splitting. So that colony there will get split into those 3 hives to become 4 hives. I haven't decided if I'm going to let them make their own queens or whether I might actually just shell out the £100 and get 4 queens, 4 new queens, well, 3 new queens. Whilst we're up here today, I also wanted to show you my broad beans. So this is a double row of broad beans between raspberry canes, and a lot of people worry about high winds and kind of cover crop, or crop cover, so row cover. What I have is fleece. It's so lightweight, even just with a few stones along the edge. The 55-mile-an-hour winds that we've been having overnight haven't moved it an inch. A lot of people worry that it actually batters the plants as well, kind of waving around on top of them. I've never found that to be the case. I mean, if I just roll it back here, the plants look lovely and healthy. There's no sign of any wind damage at all. I mean, that if it didn't have the row cover and you just left the plants to blow around in the wind, there would be a lot more damage than people say there would be with having row cover on top of them. So that was one of them. So whilst we're up here, I thought we'd have a little inspection of the bees. I mean, the great thing about these hives, which are Ware hives, slightly modified, having windows put on them. However, Ware did actually say that was okay in his book. It allows us to inspect the bees without actually disturbing them. So if we open up the window, we can have a look inside. And as you can see, we've got quite a good number of bees. I don't know if that's very clear on the camera. Hopefully it is. That's pretty good. Let's check the bottom board or the floor to see if there's any dead bees. One dead bee. Is that a dead bee? 2 dead bees. It's not too bad. And we've got our nice clean combs. Doesn't seem to be any signs of wax moth damage. That's great. So that hive there has no bees in it. That one there has no bees in it. And that one there has no bees in it. So they've been out over winter. They're looking a little bit tatty. So I'm probably going to take these home today, give them a little sand and paint. Okay, so there we go. We've got the boxes loaded up into the car and we're going to take them home and give them a little sand down and paint them, ready for when the bees go in them in a few months. I also decided to take my smokers, so got a 7-inch and a 4-inch there, so they'll get a clean, little freshen up, ready for spring. I've also got, let me turn this. We've also got our beekeeping tools, hive tool, brush, cheese wire, that sort of thing, and veils and jacket. So they're all going to get a little clean, bit of a spring clean. We've got some bottom boards, quilt boxes, feeders, that's a feeder there. So everything's going to get a freshen up